Hello everyone, welcome to mathworld. This video is to discuss Cambridge International AS and A-Level Mathematics Paper 1, which is the pure mathematics one for May-June 2020, and the code is 9709/12. So if you enjoy watching my video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel and also share it with your friends. Okay, so let's move on to question number 1. 1a, find the coefficient of x squared in this expansion. So firstly, I will just rewrite the term that we need to expand and express in the general form. So it will be 6r, whereby the r start from 0 until 6. We need to find the sum of all these terms. Then it will be first term x degree r, and then my second term is basically minus 2ax. Okay, because the general form is a plus b degree n. Then it will be summation nr, a n minus r, b degree r. Okay, so to make it to plus, then the b will be minus. This is my b. So then from here, I will be getting minus 2 over x to the power of 6 minus r, according to this binomial expansion. And now, to get the coefficient for x squared, I will split the x first from the last bracket. Okay, so I will rewrite my previous terms. Then here will be x degree r, because we have another formula which is a degree m, then whole term with another degree n, that is a to the power of m n, which means for the last term you can just bring in the 6 minus r to both numerator and denominators. So here I will write minus 2 to the power 6 minus r, and then this x I will move up. It will be x power negative 1 to the power of 6 minus r. So then from here I will group my x together, because we have another formula which is a degree m times a degree n. As long as it is same base, you will get a degree m plus n. Okay, that means now I will just add one more term, or I will just continue with one more step, that is 6cr. Then these two x will be combined together. That means it will be x to the power of r plus, and then here you just times in. So I will get minus 6 plus r together with minus 2 to the power of 6 minus r. Okay, so now I will compare with the x squared. So now x squared equals to x to the power of 6r plus minus 6 plus r. Then now since the x with, both terms with the same base, now I will just compare the index. That will be 2 equals to r plus the times, you times in the plus to the brackets, it will be r minus 6 plus r. Then I will get 2r equals to 2 plus 6, that is 8. Hence my r is 4. Okay, so that means the coefficient for x squared exists when r equals to 4. So now I will just write down coefficient for x squared. So just substitute into these two terms. That will be the coefficient for x squared with the calculated r. This is going to be 60. Okay, so done for this question. Now part B, find the coefficient for x squared in this expansion. Just now we have found the term of x minus 2x to the power of 6. Alright, x minus 2 over x to the power of 6. So now I will just add one more. So rewrite the question first, and then here I will change it into just 2 expansion. So 2 times the bracket and plus 3x squared times the bracket. So it will be 2 of the expansion, or 2 of the terms, plus 3x squared of the other term. Okay, so for the first one, basically we have found it, right, which is here. So it means that I just need to times 2. Okay, so I know that the coefficient for x squared is 60. So which means, right, here I will just rewrite this is 2 times x minus 2x 2 over x to the power 6. And for the second term, just now we know that our r equals to 4. Okay, and then now because of the x squared here, which means I will say my r is basically 2. So here the r will be 2 because I have another square outside. So that will be x degree, to get the x degree 2, right? Just now r equals to 2, r equals to 4. So now I just need r equals to 2 because I already have degree 2 here. That means now my coefficient of x squared, this one you got it from previous step, right? This coefficient of x squared is 60. So you just need to multiply by 2. Then plus 3 remains. Alright, so when r equals to 2, just substitute that into these two terms. Just replace. So I will write 62 minus 2 degree, 6 minus 2. So from here, you will be getting 120 plus 720. So at last, you will be getting 840. So this is how we use the previous part answer to solve this question. Okay, now for question number 2a, express the equation as a quadratic equation in sine theta. Here we have cos, we have tangent. So now, first of all, I will change the tangent theta into sine theta over cos theta. Okay, then for this cos theta, I will move it to the other side. Then you will get 3 cos squared theta equals to 8 sine squared theta. And now to get the answer in sine theta means that I need to change my cos squared theta into sine squared theta. We have a formula over here. Sine squared A equals to plus cos squared A equals to 1. This is the identity. So now we need to keep the sine squared because I need to get the quadratic equation in terms of sine squared, in terms of sine theta, which means I need to get the cos squared A as a subject. We need to eliminate it. So this sine squared will be moved to the other side. It will be 1 minus sine squared A. So now, using this expression, I will get 3 times 1 minus sine squared theta equals to 8 sine squared theta. Okay, then from here, to get the quadratic equation, so just do expansion. Okay, now, I made a mistake. This numerator, right, when you times in, it will be just 8 sine theta. There's no squared. So I shouldn't write squared here. So now, you just need to write, you just need to do expansion for the left hand side. That will be 3 minus 3 sine squared theta equals to 8 sine theta. Okay, and then to get the quadratic equation, I will just move all the terms to the other side to make the coefficient for sine squared theta as positive value. So therefore, you will be getting 3 sine squared theta plus 8 sine theta. The 3 you move to the other side becomes minus 3 equals to 0. So this is the quadratic equation in terms of sine theta. Okay, now B, hence. Hence means use the previous answer. Find the acute angle. Acute angle means the angle in 0 and 90 degrees. Okay, for which 3 cos theta equals to 8 tangent theta. Just copy back this quadratic equation. So I will get 3 sine squared theta plus 8 sine theta minus 3 equals to 0. Now, when you need to solve this, I can just factorize this into 2 linear factors. That will be sine theta minus 3 times sine theta minus 1 multiply with sine theta plus 3 equals to 0. So this factorization can be done using calculator or just a manual factorization. Okay, if manual factorization is like this, to get 3 sine squared theta, it will be 3 sine theta times sine theta. And then to get the 3 here, it can be 3 times 1. But then, where to put my 3? It can be the top or the bottom. Let's look at here. Plus times minus is a minus. Therefore, in order to get plus 8 sine theta later on, I should put my 3 over here. This is my plus 3, because when you multiply, it will be 9 sine theta. Okay, then this is minus 1 to get plus and minus. So minus 1 times sine theta, that will be minus sine theta. Then at last, right, this is going to be 3 sine squared theta when you multiply first column and multiply third column, it will be minus 3. But the second column, you got the plus. Okay, you got the plus. This one times. So when you plus, that will be 9 sine theta minus 1 sine theta. That is plus 8 sine theta. So this is how I get the factorization. But final answer for the factors will be cross multiplication. Okay, this is how I get these two factors if you do it manually. Then now, multiplication of two terms equals to 0 means one of them must be 0. I will let either the first term equals to 0 or the second term equals to 0. But then when you look at here, a cube's angle means your angle is between 0 and 90 degrees. But we know that for any theta, sine theta minimum is minus 1. It cannot be minus 3. So that means undefined for the second form. Okay, there's no solution for this second form. So now I just need to solve 3 sine theta minus 1 equals to 0, which means my 3 sine theta equals to 1. So sine theta is 1 over 3. So then it is in the first quadrant because of a cube's angle. So when you take inverse sine of 1 over 3, make sure your calculator is in degrees mode or the default mode. It will be 19.5 degrees. So this is your solution. Okay, now next question, number 3. A weather balloon in the shape of sphere is being inflated by a pump. The volume of the balloon is increasing at a constant rate of 600 centimeter cube per second. So volume is V. Whenever you see the rate, that is d over dt. Therefore, when I combine this whole information, that is dv over dt. And this word is very important. The increasing means this 600 is a positive value. Okay, if it is decreasing, then you have to times a minus. So I will write 600. Now the balloon was empty at the start of the pumping, means that T equals to 0, right? The volume is 0. Now A, find the radius of the balloon after 30 seconds. So what is the R? Okay, what is the R when T equals to 30? Okay, so from here, right, we know that volume of sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cube. Alright, so for this question, from here, okay, I need to find out what is the volume after 30 seconds. Right, so look at here, per second is 600. This is centimeter cube per second. So I will say 1 second is 600 centimeter cube. This is the volume. So when 30 seconds, okay, T equals to 30. So now my volume, it will be 600 centimeter cube times 30. Alright, which means you will be getting 18,000 centimeter cube. So this is my volume when T equals to 30. Right, so now the question asks for radius. So I have found the V, okay, the R is unknown, therefore I can just substitute into this formula. Right, V is found, R is unknown. So I will just write my 18,000 equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube. So to get the r, this 4 over 3 pi will be moved to the other side. Okay, so now it becomes r cubed equals to 18,000 times, this is 4 pi over 3 on the left side, on the right side 4 pi over 3. So when you move it to the other side, it becomes 3 over 4 pi because it's divide. So then from here, I will be getting 4297.183463. I give more decimal places. Now my r will be the cube root of this value. So cube root, then you will be getting 16.2578. And now my r round up to 3 significant figures, that is 16.3 centimeters. So this is the solution of this question. Now B, find the rate. Rate is d over dt of increase. That means it's a positive of the r. So what is dr dt? Make sure it is a positive value because of increase. After 30 seconds, right? T equals to 30. So now you need to find dr dt. So it means that we need to use the chain rule. Okay, we need to use chain rule. So from here, your dv dr, to differentiate, right? Let's say differentiate constant times x degree n. So you take out the constant, or you factorize the constant and differentiate x degree n. So when you differentiate x degree n, you basically move down the n, remain the x, and degree needs to be minus 1. After that, you differentiate the x is 1. Okay, this is the formula, which means you get 4 over 3 pi, that is a constant. Differentiate r cubed is 3r squared. Then at last, this will be 4 pi r squared. Okay, and now, just now you were given dv dt is 600. So here I will write down dv dt is 600, positive. And now you need to find what is your dr dt. So I will write dr over dt. I need the r in the numerator, so I must write dv dr here first. So it will be dr over dv times dv over dt, which means, now for your information, dr over dv equals to 1 over dv over dr. That means now I will take 1 over this value. So that is going to be 1 over 4 pi r squared multiplied with 600. Okay, and now we know that after 30 seconds, right here, your r, so after 30 seconds, your r is found 16.3. So now here I will just replace the value by 16.3. But then for the accurate calculation, I will refer to the previous value, which is more decimal places or more significant figures. So I will be using 16.2578 for the calculation. So here is going to be 600 over 4 pi times 16.2578, then squared. So then from here, you will be getting 0.1806. And now if I round up to 3 significant figures, look at the fourth significant figures. It is more than 5, therefore you round up. So I will get 0.181. The r is centimeter, and then time is second. So it becomes dr dt is 0.181 centimeter per second. So that is the rate of increase of radius. Okay, next question number 4. The nth term of an arithmetic progression is this expression. So I will write down first. AP, arithmetic progression, Tn is half of 3n minus 15. Find the n for which the sum of the first n terms is 84. Okay, so for arithmetic progression, sum of the first n terms is basically Sn equals to n over 2a plus n minus 1d. That means now I need to find out what is my first term, a, and the common difference, d. So first term is same as T1. Alright. So A equals to T1. I just need to replace my n by 1. That is half of 3 times 1 minus 15. Then this is going to be half of 3 minus 15. I get negative 12. And that is negative 6. Now before you get the D, this D is basically second term minus first term. So I need to find out what is my second term. So T2 is half of 3 times 2 minus 15. That is half of 6 minus 15, that is minus 9. Then I will get minus 9 over 2. Now my common difference D equals to T2 minus T1. That is minus 9 over 2 minus minus 6. And this is going to be 3 over 2. Alright, so now Sn equals to n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1d. This is the definition for the sum of first n terms for arithmetic progression. And now it's given that it is 84. So I will replace the Sn by 84 and then keep the n and replace the a and the d. So I'll get 2 times minus 6 plus n minus 1 times 3 over 2. Okay? So from here, since I have the denominator of 2 here, means that I times the whole equation by 2 first. So left hand side 84 times 2, you will be getting 168. Okay, 168. Then now these 2 will be cancelled off because you times 2. Then now here, just expand and do expansion. So I will be getting n bracket minus 12. Then the 3 times n is 3n. 3 times minus 1, I get negative 3. So then from here, 168 equals to n times 3n minus 15. Okay, then you can just multiply. So here I will get 3n squared minus 15n. Then the 168 move to the other side, negative 168 equals to 0. So this whole equation can be divided by 3. I will get 0 equals to n squared minus 5n. Okay, wait. Alright, I overlooked this. Okay, wait here. I times by 2, right? So this was supposed to be, wait. There's a mistake over here. Because I times by 2, basically this, when you times by 2, the 2 and half cancel off. Okay, but then you still have another half outside. That means basically I need to times by 4. Okay, so never mind. I leave it in this form first. Then here I will be getting plus 3 over 2n minus 3 over 2. Okay, then I times another 2. So here becomes 336. Then 2n. After that, here will be, okay, probably I just times 4 directly. That will be better. Okay, my working becomes this. These 2 I move out. So it will be 1 over n over 4. So when you factorize another half from the bracket, means that first term here got to times another 2. So 6 times 2, then times another 2 will be negative 24. Okay, so since I have factorized this over 2, that means just left 3 times n minus 1. Then I will get 3n minus 3. This one is better. Then it will be n over 4. So 3n minus 27. Then now I times the whole equation by 4. So 84 times 4, you will get 336. Okay, so for the right side, when you times 4, the over 4 is cancelled off. Left the n. So I will multiply in, it will be 3n squared minus 27n. Okay, and now since your 3n squared is positive on the right side, means that I will move this 336 to the right side to get the quadratic equation. That means you will be getting 3n squared minus 27n minus 336 equals to 0. And now here, I will divide the whole equation by 3. Then you will get n squared minus 9n minus 112 equals to 0. Okay, and again factorize the quadratic equation. Then you will be getting n minus 16. After that, n plus 7 equals to 0. So one of them must be 0. So n minus 16 equals to 0, or n plus 7 equals to 0. So when you consider the first one equals to 0, your n is going to be 16, and the second one is going to be negative 7. Now, when you look at the question, the n is the n terms, so which means the n cannot be negative. Alright, so that means this is not accepted, because your n is the number of terms. Therefore, the answer is 16. So that's the solution of this question. Okay, next question number 5. Given this fx, where a is constant, express f of x and f inverse. Okay, so this f of x is basically the composite function. So now I will write f of x. Okay, firstly, I will write down my fx first. My fx is basically a minus 2x. So here is f of a minus 2x. So now what to do here is you just need to change this x to a minus 2x. So change all the x here, which means I will be getting a minus 2 of my new x. So then here, when you do expansion, right, do expansion over here, I will be getting a minus 2 times a minus 2a minus 2 times minus 2x, it will be plus 4x. So at last, I will be getting 4x minus a. That is my f of x. Okay, now to get the f inverse. So to get the f inverse, I need to get the x as a subject instead of the y. Okay, so I let y equals to fx. That means my y is a minus 2x. Now get the x as a subject. So means move the minus 2x to the other side and move the y to right side. So I will get 2x equals to a minus y. Hence my x is a minus y divided by 2. Therefore, my f inverse is going to be a minus x divided by 2. So that's all for the solution of this question. Now B, given the composite function equals to the inverse function, find x in terms of a. So composite function equals to inverse function. Just refer back to these two equations or to these two functions. So I will write 4x minus a on the left side. Right side will be a minus a divided by a minus x divided by 2. Okay, and now we need to get the x as a subject. So just move these 2 to the other side. Means that becomes times. So I will get 2 times 4x minus a equals to a minus x. And now you need to do expansion. It will be 8x minus 2a equals to a minus x. And now to get the x as a subject, this minus x on the right side will be moved to the left side, and the minus 2a will be moved to the right side. That means now I will be getting 9x, because when you move the minus x to the other side, it becomes plus. Then when you move the minus a to the other side, it becomes plus 2a. So end up with 3a. So hence your x will be 3a over 9. That is a over 3. So that's the solution of part B. Okay, question number 6. The equation of this curve, is given, where the k is constant. A, given that the line is a tangent to the curve, find the value of k. Okay, basically, when the line is a tangent to the curve, means that there's only one intersection point. Or I would say that the discriminant is basically equals to 0. Okay, because when discriminant equals to 0, that means there will be only one root. Okay, so first of all, I have to find out the intersection point first. I mean the intersection between two graphs, curve and the line. So I will let the curve equation be the first equation here. And then the straight line be the second equation. So now to find the intersection points, it basically first equals to second equation. So 2x squared plus kx plus k minus 1 equals to 2x plus 3. And now get a quadratic equation by moving the right side to the left side. So then I will be getting 2x squared plus kx minus 2x, then plus k minus 1, then plus 3 move to the other side becomes minus 3 and equals to 0. Then from here, I will group the x squared and the x. So when you group the x, you will have k minus 2, okay, because those are the coefficients for x. And then for the last three terms here, it will be my constant. So that means this is going to be k minus 4. Okay, so now write down the coefficient for the x squared, because the general quadratic formula is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So I will write down all the coefficients first. My a is 2, my b is k minus 2, and then my c is k minus 4. And then the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac equals to 0 because of tangent. Remember, tangent means there's only one intersection point, or I would say that the line touches the curve at one point. Therefore, discriminant equals to 0. So now just replace k minus 2 squared minus 4, a is 2, c is k minus 2. C is k minus 4. Then equals to 0. Now the question asking for k value, only 1k. Therefore, now I need to expand this quadratic. So a minus b squared, using the quadratic formula, it will be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Use this to expand square of k minus 2. That is going to be k squared minus 4k plus 4. Okay, and then now this is minus 8. So you multiply with k and multiply with minus 4. That will be minus 8k plus 32 equals to 0. And now just simplify it. So k squared minus 4k minus 8k minus 12k. 4 plus 32 is plus 36. That equals to 0. Okay, then from here, for the quadratic equation, factorize it, and you will be getting k minus 6 squared equals to 0. Hence, your k is going to be 6. Right, that is the value of k. Only 1k. Okay, now it is given that k equals to 2. B, express the equation of the curve in this form, where a and b are constants, and hence, so this is the first part. Second part is state the coordinates with the vertex. So the vertex here means the maximum or minimum point. So now replace the k by 2. So, right, replace the k by 2 first. So 2x squared. Then plus kx, that means plus 2x. After that, for the k minus 1, plus k minus 1, your k is 2, means that 2 minus 1 is 1. So here becomes plus 1. Okay, so to get this form, this is basically completed square form. So according to the completing the square method, first step is to get the positive 1 for the coefficient for x squared, which means now I have to factorize 2. From all the terms, it will be x squared plus 1x. Then you can just leave it outside for the plus 1, because we have the plus b at the back. Right, so now you rewrite these two terms inside the bracket, and then we need to plus square of a term and minus square of the term. then plus 1. So these two brackets are the additional terms. The term inside the brackets is basically the half of the coefficient of x. Your coefficient of x is plus 1. Therefore, it is plus 1 over 2. Okay, this is how I get it. So then from here, you just refer to the first and third term. Combine these two terms and take out the square. So it means that I will get x. The second term here will be inside the bracket. It is plus 1 over 2. That's why I copy plus 1 over 2. And then minus, you expand this. Square of half is basically 1 over 4. Then plus 1. Then, now look at here. You need to get b outside. Therefore, I will get 2. Okay, this 2 you multiply to the bracket and to the negative 1 over 4. Therefore, you are getting 2 of x plus half squared. So 2 times minus 1 over 4 is basically minus half. Then followed by plus 1. And now here I will get 2 brackets x plus half squared. Now minus half plus 1 is plus half. Therefore, I have found the expression. Okay, this is the expression. Now, hence, state the vertex. So, basically, the vertex is the maximum or minimum point. So, you just let this be 0. Right? So, probably I will write here, x plus half equals to 0. That means your x is negative half. So, that is my x coordinate of the vertex, negative half. And then my y coordinate of the vertex is going to be plus half. This is my y coordinate of the vertex. So here I will just add on positive half. So that's all for the solution. Okay, now question number 7. In the diagram, OAB is a sector of circle with center O and radius 2r. Okay, so OAB, that means here is 2r. Now, angle AOB is 1 over 6 pi, given. The point C is a midpoint. Since this is midpoint, that means OC is R, CA is R. Show that the exact length of BC. So, BC is this straight line. Okay, it's given by this. Now, from here, okay, I can just use the cosine rule, right? Because we have 2 sides and 1 angle. So you can just use cosine rule. So cosine rule is basically like this. Here A, here B, C. This is theta. So as long as the angle opposite to the sides opposite to the angle is B, so I will just write B squared equals to sum of the other 2 squares minus 2AC cos theta. This is a cosine rule. Right? So that means here, I will just write BC squared equals to OC squared plus OB squared minus 2 of OC, OB cos pi over 6. Right? So now OC is R. So R squared, OB is 2R. 2R squared minus 2R times 2R cos pi over 6 is basically square root 3 over 2. So from here, I can cancel off the 2.5. Right? So then here will be R squared plus 4R squared. Then 2 square root 3 R squared. And now, R squared plus 4R squared is 5R squared minus 2 square root 3R squared. And now to get the BC, we need to take square root. And we know that R squared is in common, so you can factorize R squared. that will be 5 minus 2 square root 3. And now, for your information, square root of a times b is basically square root a times square root b. So square root of r squared times a bracket, I can split it into square root r squared times square root 5 minus 2 square root 3. So square root r squared is r. So r square root of 5 minus 2 square root 3. So this is the answer. Okay, now B, find the exact perimeter of the shaded region. Okay, go back to the diagram. We have found this BC, and then the CA is given. So now I just need to find out what is my AB. So the AB is actually the arc length of the sector. For your information, let's say this is theta, the radius is r. So the arc length here, which is S, I will write S equals to theta r. Okay, so from here, I will just write perimeter of the shaded region equals to CA plus CB plus arc length of AB. So CA plus CB plus arc length of sector AOB. So CA is given R, CB we have just shown. Okay, just copy all this. Then the arc length of the sector is basically a theta r. So now your radius is 2r, theta is pi over 6. So pi over 6 times 2r. That means now here, 2 and 6 can be simplified into over 3. So here I will get r plus r square root 5 minus 2 square root 3 plus pi over 3 r. So from here, if you want, you can just factorize the r, which is in common. So 1 plus square root of 5 minus 2 square root 3, then plus pi over 3. So that is the perimeter of the shaded region. C, find the exact area of the shaded region. So to get the area, okay, I will say that it is area of the sector AOB minus area of triangle OCB. Right? So area of sector formula is, I will just write down here first, area of the shaded region equals to area of the sector AOB minus area of triangle OCB. Okay, so this area, let's say here is the general form. So the area is basically half theta r squared. So now I will get half. My theta is pi over 6. My r is 2r. So you squared it. Okay, minus area of triangle. Okay, let's say this is a triangle. And now we know that here is the theta. So as long as you know these two sides, so the area is half AB sine theta. Okay, therefore I will get half. Now go back to the triangle. So half OC OB sine pi over 6. So I will write half r times 2r sine pi over 6. Okay, then for the first term, you will get half pi over 6. This is basically 4r squared. Then minus the half and 2 cancel off. I'll get r squared sine pi over 6. So sine pi over 6 is basically half. Right? Then now you can simplify. Here is, okay, this is 2, cancel. Then these 2 cancel with the over 6. This is 3. So that means you will be getting pi over 3r squared minus half r squared. Then from here, the common term is over 6, 1 over 6 r squared. So when I factorize 1 over 6 from 1 over 3, that is times another 2. So 2 pi. Then same goes to the next term, minus half. When you factorize 1 over 6 from half, that is 3. So that will be the exact area of the shaded region. Okay, question number 8. The diagram shows the parts of the graph. The points 1, 6 and 3, 2 lie on the curve, so given here. Oh, 1, 6. 1, 6 is also given. Right, the shaded region is bounded by the curve and the lines y equals to 2 and x equals to 1. So y equals to 2, this is y equals to 2, x equals to 1. Alright. Find the volume generated when the shaded region is rotated through 360 degrees about the y-axis. Okay, so when it is about the y-axis, our formula is v equals to pi x squared dy. Right? Okay, so from here, about the y-axis, I start with y equals to 6 over x first. So now I must get x squared. Okay, means that I need to get the x value. So my x just move up and move down the y, it will be 6 over y. Okay, then when you just direct integrate this, right, use this formula, and then the y value obviously is from, this is x is 1, y is 2. So x is 1, y is 2. This is 1. Alright, so when you integrate from 2 to 6, this part, that means you are finding the area towards the y-axis, which is here. Okay, which is not correct. Okay, because our shaded region is just this part. So what to do now here is, I have to refer to this line. This is my, let's say this is my x1. That means here is my x1. Then I need to minus this line. This is my x2. So obviously my x2 is 1. Okay, because of the coordinate. So I need to minus, and then you square and minus. It's like you find the area, you find the volume of this graph, means everything, right? Which means like this. You find the volume of everything, then you minus the middle value, the hollow, because the middle is hollow, right? You minus this. That will be the volume of this part. Okay, so therefore, the idea is you use a longer y, a longer x minus a shorter x. Okay, so my x1 is from the graph. So that means this is my x1. So my x2, it will be 1. Okay, according to the explanation here. So now my volume equals to pi integrates from 2 to 6 due to the y coordinates. Okay, 2 to 6. After that, x1 squared, because x1 is longer. So x1 squared minus x2 squared. Then dy. Then from here, I will write pi integrates 2 to 6. My x1 squared is 6 over y squared. My x2 squared x2 squared is basically 1. So 1 squared. Then from here, before I integrate, okay, this square I move in first and I move up the y. Then you will be getting 36y to the power of negative 2. Then minus 1 dy. So that is going to be pi (36) when you integrate. Okay, integrate x degree n dx. That is x degree n plus 1 over n plus 1, then plus c. So now this formula is valid when the n is not minus 1. Then from here, I will be getting y to the power of negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1 over negative 1. You integrate minus 1 is minus y. Limits from 2 to 6. Then now here I rearrange. The first term, it will be negative 36 over y, then followed by minus y from 2 to 6. And now here, when I replace the y by 6, I will get minus 36 over 6, then minus 6, and minus the lower limit. So minus 36 over 2 minus 2. Okay, so you will get minus 6, and then this minus minus is a plus, so plus 18, and minus minus is another plus, so plus 2. That means now here, okay, so when you look at this, this is 20, here is 12. So 20 minus 12, that is 8. So your answer is 8 pi. Okay, so be careful with this because it is hollow, right? So you have the minus, x equals to 1. Okay, done for this part. B, the tangent to the curve at point x is parallel to the line. Show that x lies on the line y equals to 2x. So now the tangent to the curve. So whenever you see tangent means that dy over dx. So now my y is 6 over x. This is same as 6x to the power of negative 1. I find out what is my dy dx first. So now my dy dx, when you differentiate, keep the x, keep the 6, x power negative 1, you get negative x, negative 2. That means this is going to be negative 6 over x squared. Okay, and now it's mentioned that the tangent, this gradient, this dy dx is actually the gradient of the tangent, is parallel to y plus 2x. So when y plus 2x equals to 0, I need to get the gradients from this line, which means y equals to negative 2x. So the m equals to negative 2, which means, okay, so this dy dx will have the gradients of negative 2 because of the parallel. Parallel means that they will have same gradient. So now I will write negative 6 over x squared equals to negative 2. I'm expected to get the x from here. So what to do is the 2 and minus 6 cancel off, becomes 3. Here is 1. You divide the whole equation by minus 2. So here I'll get 3 equals to the x squared move up. Therefore, my x will be plus minus square root 3. Okay, so now show that the point x lies on this line. Okay, so let's check your x from the graph. Okay, from the graph, the line is y equals to negative 2x. So at x, so now from here, okay, from the graph, you are showing, or you are given that the graph, okay, this graph, it is on the right side of the 0. Okay, that means we will just take the positive x. Okay, so therefore your x is square root 3. Now I need to find out what is my y first. So just substitute back into the curve equation, right? So when x equals to square root 3, my y is 6 over x. That means it's 6 over square root 3. The 6 over square root 3, this 6 is basically square root 6 times square root 6. Then over square root 3. And now I need to show that it is in this y equals to 2x. So which means the square root 6 I need to simplify. Okay, so square root 6 is basically square root 3 times square root 2. Then another square root 6, you can probably just square it. Okay, or if not, you can just write square root 3 square root 2. So all these are multiplication. Then from here, I will cancel off the square root 3. Okay, then here I will be getting equals to square root 2 times square root 2 is 2 square root 3. Right, so that means from here, when x is square root 3, your y is 2 square root 3, which means your y is 2x. So x lies on y equals to 2x. So that is how I prove it. Okay, next question, number 9. Given fx and gx, so state the ranges of f and g. So now look at here. Your fx is 2 minus 3 sine 2x, x from 0 to 2 pi. So now I will write down here first. When sine 2x from 0 to pi, let's say you refer to the sine graph. This is sine 1x, sine 2x from 0 to 2 pi. Right, so here pi. This is my sine graph. But then when you look at the interval here, 0 to pi, means that we will just consider up to first part. So 0 to pi. So I know that maximum is 1, minimum is minus 1. Okay, so now I will write sine 2x will be in between minus 1 and 1. So minus 3 sine 2x means you times minus, so you have to change the inequality sign. So all numbers times minus 3, so it will be 3 and minus 3 here. Then after that, this is basically same as minus 3 sine 2x plus 2. So now I plus 2. So when you plus 2 for the middle term, the other two terms must plus 2. So it means this is 3 plus 2, here is minus 3 plus 2, which means now this is fx. Is greater equals to minus 1 and less equals to 5. So then from here, I can say that my fx, so my fx, when you read from fx to the right side, it will be greater equals to minus 1 and less equals to 5 when you read to the right side, left side. So from here, I know that my range of f is basically between minus 1 and 5 inclusive. So for the gx equals to negative 2fx, right? So now you just times negative 2. That means your gx, when you times negative 2 from here, alright, or probably I just write negative 2x. So when you times negative 2 to the inequality, refer to this, you have to change the sign of the inequality. Must remember that. So that means I will change it to greater equals to. Okay, and here greater equals to. So minus 1 times minus 2, minus 1 times minus 2 is 2. Then 5 times minus 2, it will be minus 10. So then I will change this back to gx. So gx less equals to, okay, so when this is gx, you read like that. Greater equals to minus 10. So greater equals to minus 10, and then this is 2. That means this is your range for gx. So done for range for f and g. Now the diagram below shows the graph of y equals to fx. Okay, this is graph. Sketch on this diagram the graph of y equals to gx. Okay, so now we know that, okay, just now your fx in between minus 1 and 5. Now the gx in between minus 10 and 2. Again, now your gx is negative 2fx. Okay, which means this is my minus 1 and this is my 5. That's why fx is in between -1 and 5. So I need to find out what is this value. Okay, for your info, this value, when the x equals to 0 and pi, the y will be the same. So now I will rewrite my fx is 2 minus 3 sine 2x. So when my x equals to 0, I'll get 2 minus 3 sine 0. Sine 0 is 0. Therefore, I will just get 2. So I know that this is 2. So now, when you multiply with -2 for this fx, right? For this function, you need to multiply -2 to the fx. Now, here, firstly, this 2 becomes -4. Okay, so I will mark probably here is -2, here is -4. Okay, then this 5 becomes -10. That means here, now I will be getting this from 2 change to -4. This is -1. So -1 you times -2, it becomes 2. Okay, this point is at 2, so it becomes -4. So maximum points from 5, it will be -10. So roughly here. Right? It's just a reflection basically. And then, okay, this point, at first 2, now becomes -4. So now you just join, right? So it will be touching same points. So the graph will be in this shape. Okay, this will be the graph. Right, so this is our y equals to gx. Okay, now the function h is such that hx is g of x plus pi, where the x is between -pi and 0. So now describe fully a sequence of transformations that maps fx onto hx. Okay, so now your fx to gx is -2 fx, right? I will say, okay, this is -2 fx. Then from gx, change to hx. So this is g of x plus pi. Okay, which means now, firstly, to get the gx, that is the reflection because of -2. -2 of fx, right? So just upside down based on the graph. So that means the transformation will be reflection in the x-axis, stretch, because of the minus means reflection in the x-axis. Okay, the 2 fx means stretch. So stretch in the y direction, because the changes will be on the y values, right? All the y values change. So in the y direction with scale factor 2. Okay, so we found the gx here. And then followed by hx is gx plus pi. So when you let this x plus pi be 0, that means your x is minus pi. That means this is a translation, okay, of the x is minus pi unit. So here will be followed by translation, x is minus pi unit, and then y no change. Okay, so that's the transformation from fx to hx. Okay, now for question number 10, given the curve equation, find dy dx and the second derivative. So your y is 54x minus 2x minus 7 cubed. So my dy dx, okay, we have a formula over here. Differentiate fx degree n. That is n fx to the power of n minus 1. And then differentiate fx is f prime x. So from here, I will get 54. Then bring down the 3. So 3, 2x minus 7, degree 2. So now when I differentiate 2x minus 7, it is 2. So this is going to be 54. Okay, 3 times 2, 6. So minus 6 of 2x minus 7 squared. That is my dy dx. Now for the d squared y over dx squared, differentiate for second time. So first term there is no x, that means you get 0. So now just copy back the minus 6. The 2 will be moved down. Rewrite 2x minus 7, degree becomes 1. And differentiate 2x minus 7, that is 2. Then you will be getting minus 24 of 2x minus 7. So that is the solution of part A. Now B, find the coordinates of each of the stationary points on the curve. Means that you will be getting more than 1 point. So the stationary points happens when dy dx equals to 0. Right, so I will let this be 0. Then now, to simplify this, I will just move this term to the other side. And divide the whole equation by 6. I don't want to do expansion. So I'll get 2x minus 7 squared equals to 9. Then now, to eliminate the square, it will be plus minus square root 9. This is plus minus 3. So here I will get 2x. So now 2x minus 7 equals to 3, or 2x minus 7 equals to minus 3. So now my 2x equals to 10, hence my x is 5. And the other one, 2x equals to 4, my x equals to 2. I get 2x, but then now question asking for coordinates. Means when x equals to 5, I need to substitute back into my y to get the y coordinate. So my y is 54x minus 2x minus 7 cubed. So y equals to 54x minus 2x minus 7 cubed. So now just replace 54 times 5 minus 2 times 5 minus 7 cubed. That is going to be 243. So when x equals to 2, my y is 54 times 2 minus 2 times 2 minus 7. Then you cube it. And the answer is going to be 135. Therefore, I get 2 points. So stationary points. With coordinates 5, 2, 4, 3. And the other one is 2, 1, 3, 5. So that's all for the part B. And now part C, determine the nature of each of the stationary points. Nature means maximum or minimum. So if the second derivative is greater than 0, that is minimum. But if let's say d squared y over dx squared is less than 0 after you replace the x, that is maximum point. Okay, then now I refer to my second derivative expression, minus 24 times 2x minus 7. So from here you will get d squared y over dx squared is minus 24 times 2x minus 7. So at x equals to 5, according to the points here, your d squared y over dx squared is 24 multiplied with 2 times 5 minus 7. So this is negative 72, less than 0. Then at x equals to 2, the other point, your second derivative is negative 24 times 2 times 2 minus 7. Then this is going to be 72, greater than 0. So which means 5, 2, 4, 3, this is maximum. This is minimum. It's a maximum point. Okay, and the other point is a minimum point. Alright, so done for this question. Okay, question 11, the equation of the circle is given. Find the radius of the circle and the coordinates of C. C is the center. So now here, I need to group the term with the x and the term with the y. Because our formula for circle is basically x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. So the a and b is the center coordinates, right? Then the r is the radius. So to get this form, you have to perform completing the square method. So which means now I rearrange first. Then the minus 5, I will just keep it on the left side, or you can move to right side, up to you. So from completing the square, make sure the coefficient for x squared is positive 1 and the y squared is positive 1. So now I will rewrite and then add 2 more terms. This is for x. So for the y, still the same. Rewrite both terms and then plus bracket squared minus bracket squared and then minus 5. Equals to 0. So the term inside the bracket, it should be half of the coefficients of x and also y. So that means that is going to be minus 8 over 2 for the first term, and for the y it will be plus 4 over 2. Okay, so for the first bracket, I will group the first and third term. Okay, here I also group the first and third term. So when I group, I will get x. Now from the second tick in the first bracket, it will be minus 8 over 2. That is minus 4. Okay, then minus 4 squared. And plus in the second bracket, y squared and plus 4 over 2 will be combined. It will be y plus 2 because 4 over 2 is 2 squared. Then minus this term is basically 2 squared. Then minus 5 equals to 0. So now combine the first and third term. Okay, just rewrite these two terms. Then now this is basically minus 16. Okay, so I will just write here minus 16 and then followed by minus 4 and minus 9, minus 5. Therefore, I will get x minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals to 25. This 25, it will be same as 5 squared. Therefore, radius is 5. Center is with coordinates of 4, negative 2. Because the general form, this will be y minus b. Okay, so y minus b. That's why now you are getting y plus 2. So the coordinate is basically minus 2. Okay, now P lies on the circle. Show that the equation of the tangent to the circle at P is this. Right, let's say for example, we know that the circle is with center 4, -2. So let's say here 4, -2. Okay, I simply sketch the circle. This is 4, -2. Because the radius is 5, so you go up 5 units. Okay, or I will say I go up 5 units from the from the -2, it will be 5 minus 2, which is 3. That means here I know that that is 3. Okay, and then my 5 units to the left side, this is 3. My 5 unit to the left side, that means it will be -1. Here it's supposed to be -1 for the x. Alright, so which means when I sketch is roughly like that. So this is -1, here is 3. This is y, and then my x value, since this is x, this is y, my y x-axis, so this is -2, means that roughly here, this is my x. Okay, so here is my 0. Now, show that the equation of tangent, okay, P, 1, 2. So my 1, 2, let's say here is, now let's check. At the circle, for my x minus 4, right here, x minus 4 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals to 5 squared. So I need to find out when at the x-axis, what is the y value. So at this point, because I need to find out where is my 1, 2. So at this point, the x is 0. That means I will get 16 plus y plus 2 squared equals to 25. Therefore, y plus 2 squared, 25 minus 16 is 9. Okay, so my y plus 2 equals to 3 or -3. So my y equals to 1 or -5. That means here, -5, this is 1. Okay, so now I know that my points P is 1, 2. That means it's somewhere here. This is my points P. Right? Then now, show that the equation of the tangent to the circle at P is this. So equation of the tangent to the circle. That means now you need to show this. Alright, this is the line. So from here, what I need to do is, this is a C, here is a C. Since this is equation of tangents, means that here must be 90 degrees. Okay, so now I need to find out what is my gradients of PC first. So MPC, my P is 1, 2. My C is 4, -2. So now my MPC gradient equals to change in the y. So -2 minus 2 over 4 minus 1. That is -4 over 3. So that M tangent, it will be -1 over MPC based on the graph. Okay, based on the diagram. That means that is going to be -1 over -4 over 3. This is 3 over 4. And now I need to find out the equation of the tangent at points P. So since the points P is given, the gradients also given. So equation of the tangent at P, that is y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. So here is going to be y minus the y1 is 2. The m is 3 over 4. The x minus x1 is 1. Okay, and now you need to get your answer in this form. 4y equals to 3x plus 5. So now I times 4 to the whole equation first. 4y minus 8 equals to 3 of x minus 1. Therefore, 4y equals to 3x minus 3 when you do expansion. Okay, and at the same time, the minus 8 move to the other side. So here becomes plus 8. So I will get 4y equals to 3x plus 5. Okay, that is the given answer. So here I will change to 3x plus 5. Right, so shown. Okay, this is my working. Now the points Q also lies on the circle, and PQ is parallel to x-axis. So PQ is parallel to x-axis means that my Q is on the same level. This is my Q, so that it is parallel to x-axis. So which means my y value will be the same. So y value is 2. Okay, so now write down the coordinates of Q. Right. So from here, I will say my y coordinates of Q is 2. That is what I'm confirmed because the P is 2, right? So the y coordinates of Q, y coordinate of Q is 2. So now I will substitute y equals to 2 into the circle equation. So I will copy my circle equation right now. Okay, you can copy this. So now I will just write x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 4y minus 5 equals to 0. So when y equals to 2, I will be getting x squared plus 2 squared minus 8x plus 4 times 2 minus 5 equals to 0. So then x squared plus 4 minus 8x plus 8 minus 5 equals to 0. Hence, you will get x squared minus 8x plus 12 minus 7 is basically plus 7. Sorry, plus 12 minus 5 is plus 7. Then from here, this quadratic equation can be factorized. This is going to be x minus 7 and then x minus 1. So here I will get x equals to 1 or x equals to 7. Now, when px equals to 1, when the x equals to 1, that is basically the points P. So now I know that, okay, at Q, the x must be 7. Therefore, my Q is with coordinates 7, 2. Now, the tangents to the circle as P and Q meet at T. Find the coordinates of T. Okay, let's say here. I have another tangent. Here is the tangent. Right, this is the T. So now I need to find out what is my gradient. And again, here is 90 degrees. Okay, so I need to find out the gradient of QC, then find the gradients of the tangent. After that, form the tangent line at the Q and get the intersection. So now I will write MQC. So my Q is 7, 2. And then my C is with coordinates 4, negative 2. Okay, based on here, 4, negative 2. So 4, negative 2. So the gradient of QC is basically change in the x, change in the y. So I will write minus 2 minus 2. I use this first, over 4 minus 7. That is minus 4 over 3. So now M tangent, it will be negative 1 over MQC because they are perpendicular to each other. So negative 1 over negative 4 over 3. This is going to be 3 over 4. Okay, wait. Minus 2 times minus 2 minus 2 minus 4. 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Therefore, this is 4 over 3. It's a positive. Okay, mistake. So here is positive. Therefore, your gradient of tangent is negative. Now, equation of tangent at Q. So that is going to be y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. So again, now y minus the Q is 7, 2. So 2 equals to, the m is negative 3 over 4, x minus 7. Then from here, I will get the equation. this is a times 4. So when I times 4, it will be 4 times y minus 2 equals to negative 3 times x minus 7. Then here when I do expansion, 4y minus 8 equals to negative 3x plus 21. At last, my 4y equals to minus 3x plus 21 plus 8. That is negative 3x plus 29. That is my 4y. So this is the equation of tangent at Q. Okay, then now it's mentioned that both tangents meet at T. So now I have to solve the simultaneous equations. So I will let 4y equals to minus 3x plus 29 as the first equation. This is the equation of the tangent at Q. And then the equation of the tangent at P, we get it from the previous part, which is 4y equals to 3x plus 5. Okay, so here I will write 4y equals to 4y equals to 3x plus 5. Okay, 3x plus 5. This is my second equation. So now to find the intersection points, I will solve these two simultaneous equations. Since both also 4y, so I will just use second equation minus first equation. So left side is 0. Right hand side, 3x minus 3x, it will be 6x. Sorry, positive 6x, yes. Becomes 3x plus 3x. So then 5 minus 29, that is 5 minus 29 is negative 24. Okay, so now 6x equals to 24. My x is going to be 4. Then now to get the y, just substitute into the first or second equation, up to you. So 4y equals to negative 3x plus 29. That means this is negative 12 plus 29. I will get 17. Okay, so your y is going to be 17 over 4, which means my t is with coordinates of 4 and 17 over 4. So that's the solution of this question. Alright, so we have come to the end of the videos. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you enjoy watching my video, please like and subscribe to the channel and also share it with your friends. Okay, and if you would like to show your support to the channel, you can just click the thanks button below the video. Alright, so and stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Thank you. Bye.